Hello and welcome back for another night of Diablo 3. Hopefully the servers don't crash on us this time. So before I get started, I didn't want to talk about the auction house real quick. Now, I'd mentioned this in the last video, that one of the additions to Diablo 3 that was quite controversial was an auction house in which you could use real money to buy in-game items. So I just want to go over how the auction house actually works. So when you're on the character screen, you'll see it right over here on the bottom, auction house. Now when you first bring it up, this is going to look very similar to any other auction house you've seen for any MMO. You can search based on the item type, you use in-game gold to buy it, and that's pretty much all there is to it. It's not that fancy right here. You can buy and sell. Shows all the items in your stash as well as everything on your character and in your inventory. And again, this by itself isn't that fancy, or I shouldn't say not fancy, but isn't anything special. Where it gets different here is if you look at the different kinds of things you can buy. The bottom one, which is grayed out right now, is gold, and it says this feature is not available in Gold Auction House. So what this here is this is where the real money comes in. Basically, this is, from the looks of it, this is where you can actually use real money to buy in-game gold, and then you use that to buy your items. Now, they haven't actually released the real money one, so I could be wrong about that. We'll have to see. Up here, by the sounds of it, it says it's expected to be available May 22nd. So we'll see if it's any different, but that's what it looks like it's probably going to end up being, where regular game items you just buy with regular in-game gold, but then you can buy additional in-game gold with real money. So we'll have to see how that plays out. I'm undecided. I probably won't use this. The auction house itself, I probably will once I actually reach a level where I have items that are able to be sold. Just because that's going to be a really useful feature, and I do like that addition. The using real money to buy in-game gold, that I really doubt I'll do. Maybe once or twice just to test it out, do a little video showing how it all works. But other than that, I have no real intention of actually using it. So that aside, let's get back to the game. Here we go. Still getting used to the UI. So we had just entered level 3 of the cathedral when it crashed, and we are going through the cathedral looking to find and kill King Leoric, the Skeleton King.
Maintain your incantations. He will soon turn. Lovely magies. Your magic is weakening. I am free.
So we did a little bit of this yesterday, but because of the crash, it wasn't saved, so we have to backtrack a little bit.
Who are you? You will know soon enough. Help me find my gear. I will reward you well. Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
I must destroy the Skeleton King.
Then our aims align.
So we freed this guy, now we have to help him find his equipment. So he will follow us around like a companion from Diablo 2. Looks like he has nothing to talk about right now. Nothing out here, so time to head onward.
The cultists dragged me past this glowing pit. What made it?
I've come here to find out.
Down this way. There are my weapons. He's free! Do not let him off! I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dar. There is no reason we should hunt alone.
Agreed. Let us fight together.
Looks like this guy is looking for someone named John Dar. Presumably another boss that I'll have to fight before I get to the Skeleton King, so it'd be nice having some help. It looks like I got a new skill. Breath of Heaven. Heal yourself and nearby allies. That sounds like it could be useful. So one of the conventions that Diablo has used since the very first one is regular monsters. If you look, their name up top, there's nothing special. But ones that are named like this one, and they're usually in yellow or blue or some color, they are named mobs, and they are stronger than the rest. And I don't remember the convention exactly, but there is usually some sort of convention where the color dictated basically what level they were. So they could, blue one would be a regular named mob who's a little bit stronger, but a yellow one would be someone who's a lot stronger. I don't remember if that's exactly how the colors worked or the order that they went in.
Black magic bars our way, but the will of a Templar is stronger.
So it sounds like this is probably where I have to go then.
You were a Templar, John Dar.
Yep.
How could you succumb to this?
So you can see this guy's name up there is purple, so that indicates that he's a boss. Where all these guys are just regular old monsters.
Please forgive me. My vision was clouded by the Coven's evil magic. Betrayal can never be forgiven. Thank you for your aid. I will go with you on your hunt for the Skeleton King. But there is one condition. If we find the sacred tomes of my order, they are mine.
Your books have no worth to me. They are yours.
Then onwards we go to fight the Skeleton King.
Well, this is pretty nice. I get to choose whether or not they come with me. I'll say yes.
Honor together.
Oh, nice. This is definitely an improvement. So Diablo 2 had this idea of companions, where they were basically just mercenaries you could hire, and they would follow you around and they'd help you fight. This looks like it borrows from that, but is much improved. So it looks like I can pick which skills they have, assign equipment to them, and all of that good stuff.
Are you ever afraid in battle?
Fear is born of uncertainty. The gods give me direction.
We are both blessed then. My fate armors me against fear. This will help.
So I don't have any shields that I can give him. Select a level 5 skill. Heal. Heals you or the Templar. Intervene. Taunts enemies when the hero's life is low. That sounds like it could be useful.
A worthy choice.
And then as they get kills, they'll level up just like I do. And as they level up, they'll get new abilities and their stats will increase just like mine does. So that's pretty cool. That'll definitely be fun. Especially if the different companions that you get carry you through the various acts and don't just last for, 1 or 2 levels. Will also be interesting to see if you can get more than one companion at a time, and you can kind of like build out your own group. I don't know if you can or not, but it'll be interesting to see if that's how it does work. So I did get a new shield here. Let's see if this is any better than his. So his is 8 plus 20% chance to block, 7 to 12 block amount. This is 49, 16% chance to block, 13 to 18 block amount. So this is quite a bit better.
Excellent.
You can see here that he gained some experience from that fighting, so he's a little bit closer to level 8. Might as well use that since I didn't have full health. So generally speaking, when you're fighting big hordes like this, it's a good idea to try to get towards the summoners if you can, assuming there are any, and just kill them first. Otherwise, you could just sit here for a while just going through wave after wave that they're summoning. And if you do that, you end up... it doesn't really have any effect, you sitting there killing them all, because they're just summoning more and more right behind those. So if you can get to the summoner, if there is one, it's usually a good idea to try to kill them first.
I don't have enough spirit.
So those big guys do a pretty nasty AoE when they explode, so it's usually a good idea to get back. The time just before I didn't, that time I did, so I didn't take any damage there.
I'm carrying too much.
So let's get rid of some of this. See if this is any good. Nope. So this is what I was talking about, where in previous Halo games, or different sized items took up different amounts of space. There would be moments where you could just sit here for a while, just going through and rearranging your inventory to make as much room as possible. Still have to do that a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. So that's a very welcome change. So it looks like this is the way down here, but I'm gonna keep exploring this level a little bit, because he mentioned something about if we find books of his people, so that means there's probably books around here or tomes that I can find that will unlock some lore or something like that. So we'll just run around a little bit more to see if they do exist, if we can find them. So got a pretty nice wand here, but neither of us use wands, so it's
Tracked it
pretty
down
useless.
with kill, but I've lost track.
So this is what I meant about trying to kill summoners first if you can, because they'll just keep on summoning, and you'll just keep on killing minions instead of killing the actual guys.
I'm wounded.
Well, then it's a good thing I chose to give him a heal. So just like different colored names for monsters denotes how rare they are and how difficult or how strong they are, the same is true for items. So if it's yellow, then that means it's unidentified. So that means it has some magical properties, we just don't know what it is yet. So to find out, we have to use a scroll of identity, which we have to get from town. So I don't have any yet, so I'll just have to hang on to that. And generally speaking, unidentified items can be dropped by pretty much anyone, and they're not that uncommon on their own. But genuinely good items are usually dropped by named monsters and bosses. So basically people with names, or things with names that are yellow or purple.
From our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through.
So found a book, but not this guy's book.
Worthy foe. We find more.
I must lessen my burden.
So let's see if this is any good. So 9.6, 610, 120.
Why is that?
You fight with both honor and ferocity. I know that a pure soul must burn within you.
So still just looking to see if there's any books that are specific to this guy. He made reference to one before he came down to this level. Already found the entrance to the next level, so just doing a bit of exploring now. Looks like he got stuck on a table and chair there.
You prefer a different course of action?
Oh, that's nice.
I will use it well.
So it looks like you can just select that to change which skills they have available. You get to pick and choose from a limited number, so it looks like they start out with, at level 5, you get to choose between 2, and then you can do so again at 10, 15, and 20. So when he joined me, he was already level 7, so we had 2 unlocked. One is a taunt, and the other is a heal. I have my own heal though, so for now I'm going to leave him with the taunt. So still no luck finding any books yet. Or his book. We found one, but it was part of a different story, or storyline.
I don't have enough spirit. I'm carrying too much.
Let's get rid of some stuff then. So this has a movement speed buff, but it has a lot less armor, so we're gonna go ahead and not use that. That one has even less armor. So one thing you can already tell just from the exploring that we're doing here is that the levels, at least so far, are pretty big. They aren't just these little dungeons that you can, completely explore within a couple minutes. You actually have to, if you're going to explore, you have to actually take some time because they're pretty vast, which is nice. So it means that there's a lot to do, so if you feel like exploring, you won't get bored anytime soon. So one general rule of thumb with Diablo, if you see a chest, especially if it's one like that that's glowing, then chances are there's some pretty good stuff in it for you.
Knows not day or night.
But the light is both a literal and figurative foe of evil.
So this has better damage than that, but it's also two-handed instead of one-handed, so we're not going to equip it. So we'll leave him alone for now. A lot of good that was. So still no book.
lessen my burden.
I've got 19 health potions right now, so I'm not going to fret about missing that one.
A mighty adversary is before us.
So you can see here, blue names, a little bit tougher than regular monsters, but
I can't
nothing
carry
too
anymore.
special in terms of difficulty. Let's go this way first.
My strength returns.
Real quick. So this has 3 less armor, but it looks like it's got some bonuses on it that are pretty nice.
To find and punish them.
Oh, the order, they're just executed. I will forever live in anguish for my last attempt to honor my king. As we lay him to rest in his burial chamber, he manifested as a hideous skeletal demon. Gorash and my other knights were overcome at once, but I fought on.
So, found another book, and once again is not the one that we are looking for. So, just do a little bit more exploring and then we'll head back. I don't want to spend too much time just running around here.
My wounds are closing.
So it looks like this connects to somewhere I was before, so I just went in a big circle. But that's better than getting totally lost. It looks like we have a book there. Hopefully that's what we're looking for, so we can get on with our quest. And it doesn't look like it is.
Not enough spirit.
I grow stronger. And now I wander, cursed by my once beloved king. Evil gnaws at my bones, and I cannot risk putting my beloved Tristram in danger, should I fail to contain that which tears at me. I must venture down into the labyrinth, to die alone.
So it looks like our Templar buddy leveled up to level 8. Which means he got a little bit stronger. Can't teach him any new skills yet, though. That not until level 10. Yeah, level 10. So
There are forces arrayed against
2 more levels to go.
stronger than we ever imagined. Some greater purpose lies behind these trials, but I do not yet know it.
The gods keep their secrets close.
So just backtracking a little bit here, since we went all the way as far as we could over there.
I need spirit.
So it looks like we went as far as we can in that direction. So now we'll go in the last direction that we can.
I must lessen my burden. You are defeated.
Pretty nice combo there.
I'm carrying too much.
So this is different. A guy who drops gold as you hit him.
I'm carrying too much.
I saw some of those in the closed beta and videos of it, but that's the first one I've encountered so far. It looks like we've unlocked some lore, but we'll wait till we kill these guys to listen to that.
Thank you for helping me fight the darkness. To contend with evil is the essence of what it means to be a Templar.
It is a beginning. Balance is the end. I cannot carry more.
So this is one-handed. Doesn't look like it's any better than what we've got, but 5 to 9, 6 to 10, 1.2. It's a little bit less than what he has, but it's got a nice ability that helps heal, so we'll equip it. So we'll do a little bit less damage, but he'll get healed a little bit with each attack. So it sounds like a trade-off worth making. And one of the things that I had unlocked there when I leveled up was this rune. Increased the area of the effect on the second and third strikes. So, should have just seen that there. If not, then as soon as we find some other people, it'll see it. Basically, the attack that the primary attack I'm using has an AoE, and this just makes it a little bit stronger. So just unloading some stuff that we don't need. Then it's back to exploring. So I'll just head down here real quick. And it looks like no luck finding a book for this guy. So, I think I've gone through the whole level now. There might be a little bit that we didn't, but like I said, I don't want to be down here forever just running around looking for this book, so we'll call it a day. It could also be on the next level for all we know. So let's head back to Tristram real quick. And all we're going to do here is just basically sell everything I have in inventory to free up some space.
I worked my hands to the bone to bring you these fine goods.
No repairing that needs to get done. Doesn't look like there's really any armor or anything. Ooh, just realized I probably should have, instead of selling all that stuff, I probably should have come down here and crafted, or recovered what I could have. Oh well, too late now. We still might be able to with this once we identify it. Ah. See, I did not know that's how it worked. So in previous Diablo games, just like with the town portal, how you had to carry scrolls, you also had to carry scrolls for identifying items. Whereas here it looks like it's an ability you have that you don't have to train or anything like that. You just right-click on the item, and it takes a second to cast it, and then that'll identify it for you. That definitely makes life a lot easier. Just like having had to identify or having had to carry around a bunch of scrolls just to teleport back and forth to town was annoying. It was also very annoying having to carry around a crap ton of identifying scrolls. So not having to do that anymore will be quite nice. It looks like we just unlocked something there for equipping our first rare item. So it looks like we can actually make stuff that is better than what I have equipped now. So let's see if I have this. It's going to take a minute here to see if I have the items needed for this. And we'll do our first crafting to see how it all works. So I'm going to... So the weapons I have better than I can craft. But for the armor, the torso is definitely better. Bracers I can craft better. And pants I can craft a lot better. So... I can only craft one. And there we go. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Pretty standard fare. There's nothing too special about it. I can't salvage either of these, so I'll just have to sell them. So very similar to crafting that you'd be familiar with from like WoW or something like that. Throw that up there. Looks like we have another merchant over here.
Yes, yeah. Don't touch anything unless you're buying it. I like to keep my inventory clean.
So we have a lot of minor health potions, 250 life. We have 342 total. These restore 400. So we'll just hold on to these for now. No point buying new ones. And it doesn't look like he's got anything of value to us. Except for that. Our Templar friend can definitely use that. Oops. Did not mean to equip that to myself.
Thank you.
Don't touch anything unless you're buying it. I like to keep my inventory clean.
Alrighty, so now we'll head back to the crypts. The royal crypts. So the crafting is going to take some getting used to, not because it seems complicated, but just because I'm not used to Diablo having any kind of crafting. But it definitely seems like it could be useful. It'll be interesting to see how it evolves with levels in terms of what kind of stuff it unlocks.
Keep your distance from it. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leon.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Condorus will still obey their king, even if you will not.
So it looks like we just got to watch when King Leoric was killed by his men.
You dare to bring the wand of life into my tomb?
We shall put you down, Hellspawn!
Okay, so it looks like we have to kill these pillars before we can move on. So you can see the additional, or not the additional, but the upgraded AoE that I'm casting here because of the rune that I have enabled. Looks like it's making a noticeable difference. Just want to do a quick once around, make sure we're not missing anything. Never know what kind of fun stuff they'll hide on you. That's probably just another little path like that.
We have just arrived in Tristram. I must say, I'm a bit dismayed. This place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient broken-down monastery. Hardly fit for the king of Condorus. I cannot fathom why Lazarus was so intent on this becoming our new seat of power.
So we should be getting close now. Can't imagine we have much further to go before we finally find him.
Fail!
Well, looks like we found his crypt. And him.
You will never defeat me!
You have to love how a boss that is so confident he can kill me destroys the staircase to try to keep me from getting to him. I think he'd be eager to just, get on with it. And here he is. So, fun time. Okay, so he hurts a lot. Looks like we got him down to a little bit below halfway. So one of the skills that I'm using is this charge that lets me zip around behind him so I can avoid taking, the full damage from his hits. So it looks like there's a little bit more of a tactic or a skill component to it than in previous Diablos. Enter the desolate chamber.
Room high priests in Kurast proclaimed Leoric king of Honduras many years ago. He ruled well until Diablo's influence drove him mad, and the loyal knight Lac Danan was forced to slay him. Afterward, Diablo himself raised Leoric from the dead as the Skeleton King, until the monarch's son, Aiden, vanquished him.
So just getting a little bit more of the backstory. And then we're moving onward to the desolate chamber. Talk to this stranger in the desolate chamber.
The crater. It was you that fell from the sky? I do not believe that you are behind the evil of this place.
I am. I was. I remember falling.
Who are you?
I am not your enemy. I think. Yes, I believe I have come with a warning. The darkness. The darkness is coming. I must. I don't remember.
I will take you to Cain. He will help.
So apparently the meteor that fell was a dude. That's quite unexpected. But as always, we can depend on Deckard Cain to have all the answers, so we'll head back to Tristram. See what he has to say.
The long road the gods set me upon has led here to the truth that the fallen star is a man. He knows nothing of who he is or where he came from. Perhaps Cain will know the truth.
I found this man in the crater made by the fallen star.
No man could survive such a thing. Who are you? What are you?
A warrior, I think. I came bearing grave news, but I cannot remember.
Your message might be all that can save us from impending doom. Tell me everything you remember, stranger. Every detail.
Foam, fire, a sword of great power. It was part of me, but it shattered into 3 pieces as I fell.
It is vital that we find those pieces. I believe the sword made whole will restore your memory.
The goatmen are rampaging through the fields. Could the sword have anything to do with that?
Of course, of course. Just as the dead rose around the stranger, the sword pieces drove the goatmen to madness.
The goatmen are of little concern. I will bring back the sword.
Okay, so looks like I have to go find the sword that this dude fell with. So, based on the story around the previous Diablos, where Tyrael, an angel, threw his sword in order to destroy the World Stone and, prevent the end of days, essentially. I'm going to call it that this dude is probably Tyrael, and the sword is his.
Did you see that stranger next to old Cain?
So let's see where we need to go. We need to go all the way up here. So if we... I don't think we've unlocked those waypoints yet.
The attacks may be slowing down.
Hey, look, I'm happy to sell you. But you got to promise not to tell anyone where you got these goods from, okay?
So up here through the Weeping Hollow. Feel like we've been here before. Actually, we were. This is how we got to the cathedral. I'm not going to go out of my way to kill everything unless it attacks me.
Not even a sweat.
So we're going to head over here to get this waypoint. Just having that will make sure I don't have to run all the way out here again.
vicious threat.
Okay, so looks like I may have had that one already. If so, that sucks that I ran all the way out here for nothing. Fields of Misery. That just doesn't sound like the kind of place I'd want to visit.
There's a sword here.
Even if the
we will
dead
find
weren't
it.
walking around everywhere. So I have to search for the Khazra-den in the Fields of Misery. So definite change of scenery in terms of the monsters being killed here. So from skeleton zombies to goatmen and walking trees.
I have heard the most ridiculous tales about travelers being ambushed by vicious trees. it is too much. Despite their name, the wood wraiths are not plants, but fully mobile beasts who have taken on the guise of foliage to ensnare their prey. Only a simpleton could be fooled by such a trick.
And apparently I'm a simpleton because it certainly looked like a tree to me. So just heading back here to make sure we didn't miss anything on the other side. Doesn't look like we did.
Hurry now. There are beasts that want slaying.
Looks like another waypoint. So no sign of the Khazra-den yet.
But it's holding. Do you see that enemy over there?
Not enough spirit. That ability is not yet recharged. My wounds
A worthy opponent.
So all that, and it doesn't even look like they dropped anything decent. Ooh. I was wrong. Decaying Crypt level 1. So it doesn't look like this is the Khazra Den I'm looking for, but we'll see what's down here anyway.
My injuries are less severe. Ita has raised me to new heights.
Sweet, level 10. So we got some items that we can't use, and a new passive skill. Ooh. Didn't see this before. So it looks like... Okay, so the way it works, every so many levels you unlock new skill slots, up to 6 total. Hotkeys 1 through 4, plus your right and left mouse click. And within each one, at different levels, you unlock up to a certain number of abilities, and then runes that you can use to modify those abilities. You also apparently have 3 passive skills you get at levels 10, 20, and 30. And for each one, you'll have all these different abilities that you can choose from to enable. So, right now at level 10, I have Fleet-Footed, increased movement speed by 10%, Strength out of place is no strength at all. And Resolve, damage you deal reduces enemy damage by 25% for 2.5 seconds. So I'm going to go with Resolve for now. And so this is an ability that is now enabled that I don't have to cast or do anything special with. And I can, by the looks of it, I can change it at any time. So that's pretty nice. So far liking the skill tree a lot. It's different from previous Diablos where you had an actual tree where you'd get, you know, points with every level that you gained, and then you could apply them to the skills to make them stronger and to unlock new ones. But so far I like it. It's both simple and different. So it's not so simple as to just be boring. You do have choice. You do have to, you know, pick which skills you want to use, and you have to actually get good at them. But it's not overly complicated. I'd say it's a nice refresher from your stereotypical, just regular old skill tree, which is what pretty much every game does.
A worthy opponent.
+2 vitality, +5 better chance of finding magical items. I'll take it. An adventure ring. Kill these guys before we take a look at that. Monster kills grant +2 experience. Works for me. Looks like that may be everything. Nope. Still have some exploring to do over here. So one of the reasons I've stopped picking up every single item that drops is just because we've already kind of reached that point where most of my equipment is magical. So the likelihood of just like a random drop that is non-magical actually being better than what I have equipped is pretty slim. And even if say I pick up a pair of pants and the base armor rating is better, because what I have is magical, it's going to have properties besides just armor rating. It might increase health, it might increase how much gold or experience I get, or things like that. So, still going to pick up some of it just to sell it, but for the most part, the majority of what drops at this point, unless it's magical, it really just isn't worth it. So, got a magic ring plus a dexterity. I'll take it. So even though this isn't moving my quest objective forward any, finding these 2 rings so far has already proven to be worth it, I'd say. Not to mention all the gold that I'm getting. So generally speaking, these, sided dungeons, I guess you could call them, the floor plans are usually somewhat big, like your main dungeons, but they're usually only 1 or 2 levels. They aren't nearly as deep.
On your guard, spirits lie.
So looks like I got a new quest here. Have to kill this ghost's family. Already killed the father. Killing who I would assume is a sibling, and now the mother.
Thanks to you, my family can now rest, free from the curse they brought upon themselves.
Some spirits linger to right past wrongs. I was mistaken about her.
So let's see my gloves. Lower armor, increased gold and health pickup by 2 yards. I'd say I'm going to stick with the armor for now, but the Templar did level up, so he gets a new skill. So let's see. We can either go with Loyalty, provides life regeneration for you and the Templar, or Intimidate, enemies attacking the Templar are slowed. I'm going to go with Loyalty. Diablo loves hordes, as we've seen time and time again, so having health regeneration will definitely be helpful. Oh, wow. Did not want to go over there. So, got another hood. Health globes grant +2 life. I think I'll stick with the one I've got. Magic belt, only 15 armor instead of 21, but +4 strength and regenerate 1 life per second. I'll take that. And magic boots, +6 dexterity. I'd say the ones I got are probably better, so I'll stick with them. Do you wish to travel to the entrance of the current dungeon? Sure. That's a nice little teleport back thing so you don't have to run all the way back. I like that. I don't remember if Diablo 2 had that. I don't think it did. I could be mistaken, though. So back to looking for the Khazra Den. Just a random pile of bones lying around. Doesn't look like there's anything special in here. Just some dead bodies I can loot. Apparently I've gone from hero to grave robber. The shield the Templar has is definitely better than that one. I know without checking. Just from when we bought the shield that he has. And the search for the Khazra Den continues. The old mill. Okay, so it doesn't look like I'm meant to be here yet, or the gates would probably be open for me. Let's head back to the Fields of Misery, and back to finding the Khazra Den. So we have this pretty big area in the middle that we haven't checked yet.
Evil has been rebuked.
So looks like a pretty nice belt, but I can't wear it because I'm not a barbarian. But I'll hang on to it because I can sell it. It is magical. At the very least, I can salvage it. Looks like there's a chest up here. Nothing useful in it. Except some gold. Which I guess gold is always useful.
Like the look of those trees. Be on your guard.
Another barbarian-only belt. So it looks like there's a bit of a village out here that is now full of dead people. I'm guessing the goatman had something to do with that. So let's see, we'll check up here real quick, and then we'll head back, check down here. Ah, one of these guys. So it looks like the way those guys work is they run around and they drop a little bit of gold, but as you hit them they'll drop more, and I believe they only run around and last for a certain amount of time. So if you don't hit them at all, then they'll drop a little bit of gold before they go away, but if you do manage to beat on them a bit, then you'll get a lot more out of them. Okay, so no Khazra-Den up here.
There, a worthy foe. A worthy opponent.
So it looks like some definite improvements over my existing weapons. So I'll head back down here. More random bones. And Scavenger's Den.
He has not been dead for long. His killer is near.
Let's kill these guys first. So let's head down here. I don't think this is the place we're looking for. I think this is just another 1 or 2 level dungeon. So far, nothing too exciting down here. Lots of dead villagers dropping lots of gold, and that's about it. Time to move down to level 2.
My strength has increased.
Sweet. We'll check out the new skill once we kill these guys. New skill and a new rune.
A worthy opponent.
So let's see, we unlocked this rune. Sweeping punches that cripple enemies, reducing their attack and movement speed. I'll give that a try, and we unlocked a rune, but we aren't using that, so it doesn't matter.
A mighty adversary is before us.
This is my new attack ability that I just enabled. Looks pretty good.
I'm carrying too much.
And here's the way out. Okay, so just a little mini dungeon, few bosses, couple chests. Picked up some decent items, none of which we're using, but can always sell and salvage it. So the new attack definitely seems good. Not decided if I'll keep it equipped yet, but we'll use it for a while and see how it does. Definitely looks like it's killing them faster though, which is always good. Guess that's the decaying crypt where we already went, so let's check up in here. Khazra-den.
The piece of the stranger's sword must be here.
So find the glowing sword shard in the Khazra-den. Yeah, the new attack definitely seems to kill a lot faster.
A dark coven has formed in Tristram, and I fear that their superstitious violence may damn the whole region.
We must hurry with the ritual. Naga will be here soon. It is time.
The bestial hellions are demons that can be summoned from the burning hells with the aid of foul sorcery. They are given to chasing down their foes and attacking them with savage fangs.
Who are you to take what is mine?
I will return the sword to its owner.
Regardless, I have claimed it. I am Magda, and I lead this coven. The shard is mine.
To hell with you, witch!
Very well. Let the games begin. Well fought, but you will never possess the next piece. It has fallen where only the ancients may tread.
She is more devious than she appears.
So, have to take the sword piece back to Cain. Luckily there's the waypoint just outside the entrance, so I can use that so I don't have to run all the way back. Gotta love teleporting systems. Okay, so not exactly right outside the entrance, but a hell of a lot closer than running all the way back to town. Yes, I have items. No, I cannot use any of them. Or I can, but they aren't that good. I have better equipped already. So before we talk to Cain, let's go through this again.
I worked my hands to the bone to bring you these fine goods.
The witch Magda.
Oops, didn't mean to talk to him.
Also seek the sword.
Uncle Decker, sound like those dark cultists you told me about.
Very good, Leah. You have been paying attention. Stranger, does any of this jar your memory?
I have no memory of this coven, but I sense a far darker shadow guiding its hand.
So, since we've started to collect these from monsters, I'll bind these to the Q key and just sell the smaller ones.
On my latest dig. You should take a look.
Magda knows where the next piece is, but her words are a riddle. She said it fell where only ancients may tread.
That makes me think of the drowned temple near the festering woods. I remember you telling me about it, Uncle.
Exactly, Leah. The temple was home to the Nephilim. Leah, your knowledge could be invaluable. You must go and help our friend retrieve the sword piece.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
The bestial hellions are demons that can be summoned from the burning hells with the aid of foul sorcery. They are given to chasing down their foes and attacking them with savage fangs. This usually allows some spare time for their masters to craft their dark spell work and finish off the victim.
So just playing around the crafting here. Bought some upgrades so we can craft better stuff. I think I'm going to actually craft myself some armor if I have the gold for it. So, shoulders. Definitely have some armor here. So let's see about shield. That is definitely a lot better than what the Templar has equipped. Breachers, those are the ones I made. Helm. And I'd say what I have is actually better. And I'll go ahead and craft myself some of these. So, the shield that he had, 52 armor, 19% chance to block, 13 to 18 block amount, 88% armor, 17% chance to block, 19 to 31 block amount. So definite step up here.
This will aid me.
Oops. So salvage that. Throw these in the stash, and then I think I'm gonna head out now. It's 2:30 a.m. here on the West Coast or on the East Coast, and I have to be up for work at around 7. So not a whole lot of sleep. So tomorrow, or rather later today, we will hopefully be back, and we will be going to the Drowned Temple. So hope to